8 practices I use to help deal with anxiety. Are you someone who gets overwhelmed with anxiety when under pressure or about to experience important life events? If you said yes, there are a few things that we can do to better prepare ourselves and significantly reduce its impact. To find out what these are, keep watching. I'm Rowan Foster and I'm an expert in physical and mental well-being. This is Growth Factor and our aim is to provide you with a toolbox of life skills so that you become better at navigating through life's adversities. After spending much of my life fighting to overcome my own struggles with mental health and life setbacks, I'm now on a journey to discovering the many different methods that we can use to not only cope, but thrive in times of adversity. In this channel, I will explore many of the holistic methods that we can use to promote personal growth as well as positive well-being, so that you can instead be empowered to live your best life. So what can we personally do to help lower our feelings of anxiety? When looking to reduce anxiety, it's important we gain control over the amygdala, the part of the brain that's responsible for controlling our emotions and the way we respond to threats. To help us do this, there are a number of practices that we can put in place so that we are more prepared and better able to respond to threats in the right way. Like everybody, there are often times when I feel overwhelmed with anxiety. This can normally happen due to the many different pressures on life, such as a busy lifestyle, from having to make important decisions, for example, buying a house, or when experiencing significant life events like going for an interview. However, when I start to experience these feelings, or know they're likely to occur, there are a number of simple practices that I follow to help me cope and to mitigate the impact of anxiety. So, let's look at the 8 powerful practices that I use to help deal with anxiety. Did you know that exercise is one of the body's natural coping mechanisms for anxiety? As mentioned in one of my previous videos, anxiety is part of the fight and flight response, which has been developed by the brain to encourage us to take action when faced with significant risk. When we exercise, our brain interprets it as taking positive action to avoid risk. As we exercise, this releases serotonin, which activates parts of the brain that control our amygdala, and consequently lowers our response to threats. Exercise also releases endorphins, which, as we know, makes us feel happy. From a physiological perspective, when we exercise, it burns up pent-up energy and decreases muscle tension. This helps you to feel more relaxed. We all know the term, "you are what you eat," but this also applies from a neurological aspect. If used correctly, diet is one of the body's best medicines. When we take care to eat a healthy and nutritious diet, our body responds by providing us with improved mood, more energy, and clearer thinking. When the environment inside the gut microbiome is healthy and happy, it sends the same message all the way up to the brain, which consequently makes you feel happy. Adding a little spice also helps to lift your mood. If you were to really think about your response to alcohol, you would notice that it's more in the form of Jekyll and Hyde. When we drink alcohol, it affects chemicals that are responsible for regulating our mood. Initially, when we consume alcohol, we feel good in the moment, but as it starts to wear off, it later results in a drop in mood. So it's no surprise to know that studies have shown that some of the effects of alcohol are proven to cause anxiety and depression. So, if you're already struggling and mentally not in the right place, it's best to avoid it. Or, to put it in different terms, it's best to allow the wound to heal rather than cover it up with a plaster. If you like and have gained value from what you've seen so far, please hit the like button and share with your friends. And if you're interested in learning more about similar topics, please subscribe to my channel now, where I'll regularly be releasing more content on the similar subjects. Now, let's get back to the 8 practices I use to deal with anxiety. Modern day life has developed to be an incredibly chaotic place, and at any one moment our brain could be subject to a whole array of stimulus. When we meditate, we make a conscious effort to ignore the many distractions by letting go of our thoughts and focusing our attention on just our breath. When you limit the stimulus drawing on your attention, there is less demand on the brain, which helps to calm the mind and enables anxiety levels to drop. Also, because you allow thoughts and feelings to pass freely through your mind, it stops them from taking hold and prevents you from overthinking. When you visualise success, you mentally rehearse the outcome. Visualising helps to change perception so that we are viewing things from the right perspective. This raises your awareness and opens up your mind to new ideas and solutions that better align with achieving your goals. It also helps to manage your expectations so that you are better prepared to take the right action as events unfold along the way. All this helps to calm the mind and build our belief so that we feel more positive and confident when faced with a significant event or task. Physical practice does the same job as visualization. When we physically practice something, it helps us to perfect a sequence of events. This makes us more familiar with what to expect, so we respond with the right actions as the opportunity arises. This is because physical practice creates muscle memory and new neural connections in the brain that reinforce our response to a given event. As a consequence, we are more prepared and better able to cope. As humans, we belong in nature, because this is what we did for thousands of years before now. There are many different ways that being out in nature can help with anxiety. In particular, it brings a sense of peace due to the natural calming effect it has on the mind. When out in nature, it often encourages us to slow down and disconnect from the many different demands of everyday life. Instead, we harmonise with nature and take enjoyment with filling our senses with the many different sights, smells and sounds. Being out in nature also helps us to absorb vitamin D from natural light. A deficiency in vitamin D is associated with seasonal affective disorder, which is a type of depression which is caused by a lack of exposure to natural light. You will probably agree music can be positive in so many different ways. Because of its rhythmic and repetitive aspects, music engages the neocortex of the brain, which calms us and reduces impulsivity. It can also make us feel good from a nostalgic perspective, bringing back fond memories, or as motivation due to an upbeat and more positive tempo. Remember, if you have gained value from this video, please hit the like button and share with your friends. And to see videos containing more information discussing similar topics, please subscribe to my YouTube channel now, where I'll regularly be releasing similar content. But also, if there is a subject that you're interested in and would like me to cover in my videos, please message me in the comments box. There you go. Those are the 8 practices that I use to help me cope when I become overwhelmed by the feelings of anxiety. Remember, you can't always control what happens to you in life, but you can do your best to control how you respond. I hope this video has been of use to you. Thanks for watching.